That motherfucker, after my blunder in the 8th round of the Blitz for champion, I only had 4 points of 8, and in the 9th round I faced against a low-rated Peru player. So let's analyze the game. I chose to start with d4 again. In the Blitz I was playing d4 in all the games except in one, I think. I chose to, yes, in Blitz I just prefer to play d4 in this tournament. Okay, d5, c4 e6, knight f3, c5. That's the Tarrash defense. And against the Tarrash, like I told in previous videos, I don't know theory about against Queen's Pawn, but I remember that it takes d5, and bishop d5 was the best option here. Let's saw the idea, for example, f6 looks so strange because you with black you never want to play this type of moves in the opening. Here, bishop d2 was good, good move. Bishop f4 was possible too, and for example, bishop e7 looks strange because that's the black good bishop. And okay, my opponent chose knight f6, who is the main move. Here it goes with knight c3, bishop e6, and here I play e3 because of course I don't know any theory. I suppose that e3 looks normal. But here I have this idea of take on f6, queen takes d4, playing more aggressive, giving the bishop pair, but now I'm challenging the center because I have both knights and both pawns. And this was a so aggressive way of play. It takes, knight takes, queen f4, bishop b5, that's the best line for both sides. Knight c6, queen e2, bishop b7, castle, castle, and here I can take the pawn, and white is slightly better. That could be an interesting option, but I simply play e3, and c4 would move by my opponent. But for example, if he moves the bishop, now I can take the pawn with a tempo, or bishop b5 followed by 95. I can do that too, for example. Yeah, but maybe I can simply take here with a tempo. But okay, c6 was a good move. Bishop b2, logical. Bishop b4, the best development because he developed the bishop to the place I'm going to. For example, bishop d6 was a mistake because e4. And bishop b4 was logical, trying to trade this knight to take control of the e4 square, which is going to be important in the future. Castle, castle, and here I play knight e5 was normal, but here I have e4 so interesting. Now bishop takes e3 was obligated, takes e4 and knight e2, threatening take on e4 and threatening take on c4, and would contemplate for the pawn going to recover that. So white is going to be slightly better, I thought. And e4 was the move here, this pawn sacrifice. I play 95, which is not a bad plan, followed by the by f4. Sorry. Here I play f4. Bishop f3 was slightly better. F4, take take, and here I'm threatening f5. So during the game I expect bishop f5, stopping f5. And here bishop g4 was the best move. Bishop takes, knight takes, a6, and here I should go to h4, maintaining the pin, and yes, simply maintaining the pressure in this diagonal. Because he cannot move the knight, and the queen he cannot leave because I'm going to take on e7. Of course he can move the queen to e7. Of course you can if you trade every minor piece with why you are worse here, because the e3 pawn is a huge weakness. So the idea of the plan of 95 and f4 was to maintain small pieces. So for that reason here, take on f6 could be a huge mistake here. Black is better. Okay, but my opponent chose h6 instead of f5. Here I simply go back to h4, but here, for example, this is one possible move, because the bishop on h4 was a little bit strange. And f5 was possible too. h6, takes e6, and then g6. Okay, have or bishop h5 or bishop g4. It's okay, I play more or less fast bishop h4, bishop f5. And here I made a mistake. Here I simply should play like we saw before, bishop g4. Take, and I have a good pressure in this diagonal. And bishop f3 was possible to simply cover the first square. But here I play g4 so careless. Because if I want to play g4 I could play first bishop f3 followed by g4 but g4 was so careless. Bishop b4 and again I should play like, just bishop f3 to trade pieces. For example queen c8 leaving the pin, knight d7, bishop takes and now import a move d5. Open the d4 square for the queen to attack both pawns and can defend then the d5 knight with rooks. With this position is equal more or less. But d5 also important. If black can play knight b6, for example, you play a stupid move. Okay, queen, for example, rook f2 to came to e2 or something. No? And if black plays like that, here black is better in this position, of course. So now you for example, but in general, as if you didn't play d5, black is better there. Okay, but I play d5, stupid move. And here, okay, my opponent have knight takes d5, but he goes to knight h7. And here black is better because g5 is a horrible move. For example, after knight a7 simply his pawn is hanging the pawn on g5 and apart the pawn is pinned so I cannot take here because my bishop is hanging. And my only goal in this position was the pin of this knight and after e5 the pin disappeared. So it's a stupid, completely stupid move. Knight a7 and here I play g6 who is a blunder because I miss a move at the end of the combination. Here I should have played bishop f3. Again, trying to trade this bishop. For example, if knight takes here, who is the best move? Bishop takes, knight g6, that's the best sequence for black. Take, and queen g4. For example, if black take here, you can take and just trade every minor pieces. And in the past I said that why should I trade all the minor pieces? But that because the e3 pawn was weak. Now, thanks to the e4 pawn, the e3 pawn is not going to suffer more. And here I play g6 because I calculate queen h4, g takes h7, h7, king h8, and I saw knight h7, of course. But what move I miss here? H3, attacking g2 and attacking the knight. So with this move here, I should have played bishop f3, take, queen d7, and now black is winning for three reasons. First, because it's going to take the h7 pawn, and black is going to have a pawn up. First, pawn up for black. Second reason, the weakness of the e3 pawn. And for a reason, my open king. So for the three reasons, material, future material, weakness pawn and weakness king. Black is completely win. That's so simple. My opponent missed the move queen h3 and he played rook e8 so fast. And now I'm winning again. And 95, f6. Here was better to place the knight on d6, trading pieces. After knight f3, queen h3. Here I just simply win. I have a piece up and I won. The rest was so easy. Yeah, here I don't know. I won for a time or something. Yes. So interesting game. I was learning now to play the d4 pawn. Here, interesting idea of take and e4. So interesting. And then again, this team of e4 takes my attention. And then, but I was playing normal until more or less here, until I play g4. For the moment, both players are playing good, but here I cannot play g4, and if I play g4, then bishop f3. I cannot play g4, e5, and g6. That's my well, three g pawn moves was bad. G4 bad. Here I should play bishop f3. G5 bad. I should have played bishop f3, and g6 bad. I should have played bishop f3. So three G pawns bad moves in a row. Here was more logical. Bishop f3, simply cover the e4 square or bishop d4, trying to put pressure on f6. By the way, after in this tactic, my opponent missed. I just win because my opponent missed queen e3. It was simple. I didn't make more to win the game. Just my opponent missed queen e3 here, and if he have moved by the most probably result is a black victory, and after rook e8 I won. So that's not no much more. So okay, at least I won. I had a like point of 9 with five round. No, sorry, 4 round left for the end. So let's see how the tournament continue. Bye bye.